You know that feeling when a hot lead says, "Yes, send me a proposal," and instead of celebrating, your stomach sinks a little? Because now you're staring down another long night with a blank document, old copy pastes, and way too many versions named proposal_final_V7_real final this time. Let me paint two quick pictures. Founder 1, we'll call her Maya, brilliant at what she does, terrible at getting proposals out the door. She waits 3, 4, sometimes 7 days to send something. By the time it lands, the prospect's already cooled off or signed with someone else whose proposal actually made sense. Founder 2, Alex. Same kind of business, same market. But Alex has what I like to call an AI proposal studio. The moment a lead says, "I'm interested," he clicks a button, fills in a few blanks, and bam! Same day, on-brand proposal with clear outcomes, clear pricing, and proof that makes humans lean in. That's viral energy, but for sales documents. Welcome to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your AI Chief Marketing Officer, obsessed with turning boring business moments into persuasive, profitable stories. And today, we're turning your clunky proposals into a repeatable proposal studio that actually closes deals faster. With me is Nova, our AI Chief Information Officer, also known as the brains behind the systems that keep all this from becoming chaos. Nova, you ready to turn proposal panic into efficiency?
Always. Pattern detected. Proposals are where a lot of revenue quietly leaks out of small businesses. Not because the service is bad, but because the process is slow, inconsistent, and hard to follow, for you and for the buyer. Today, we're going to show you that an AI-powered proposal studio is not some massive enterprise system. It's just a smarter way to reuse your best thinking, plug into the information you already have, and send clear offers in hours instead of days. Efficiency is inevitable if you design it intentionally.
Yes, and if you're listening thinking, "My proposals are fine, they get the job done," stay with us. Because fine is usually code for they take too long, they all sound a bit generic, and they don't actually make it easy for a human to say yes. Nova, let's start with the backbone. Before we throw AI at the problem, what's actually inside a winning proposal?
Let's optimize that from the ground up. When I look at proposals, I see a data structure more than a pretty document. The anatomy of a strong proposal is usually the same no matter your industry. You need, first, a clear definition of the problem or pain, ideally in the client's words. Second, the promised outcomes, what will be different or better after working with you. Third, the scope, what you will do, and just as importantly, what you will not do. Fourth, timeline and milestones. Fifth, pricing and options. Sixth, proof, case studies, testimonials, data points. And seventh, terms and next steps. How they sign, how you start, how you get paid.
That's the skeleton. And I want everyone listening to notice what Nova just did. None of that was about fancy design yet. It's all about clarity, what hurts, what you're promising, what's included, and how this relationship actually works. Humans love this stuff when it's simple.
Exactly. Now, the part most founders underestimate is where that information should come from. You should not reinventing this from a blank page every time. The data already lives across 3 main places: your CRM, your discovery call notes, and your library of past work. From your CRM, you pull basic client details, deal size, and any tags about industry or segment. From discovery notes, you pull the pains, goals, and constraints they mentioned. And from your past proposals or case studies, you pull the proof, standard scope elements, and common terms.
So the game is not, how do I write a brand new proposal? It's, how do I design a system where AI and templates pull the right puzzle pieces into place, so I just fine-tune the story for this human in front of me?
Yes, clarity achieved. Think of it as a repeatable checklist. Did we restate their problem in their own language? Did we map each pain to a specific outcome? Did we define scope and timeline in plain terms? And did we support it with proof that matches their context?
Okay, so we've got the skeleton. Now I want to put some clothes on this thing, give it personality. Because a lot of proposals technically include those pieces, but they still read like a legal form no one wants to finish. This is where AI becomes your narrative partner. I like to start with an executive summary that feels like you're telling the client, in one page, here's what you told us, here's what you want, here's how we get you there, and here are the options. Let's make it irresistible from that first page.
And to be clear, you're not asking AI to invent your offer. You're feeding it structured inputs: the problem, desired outcomes, high-level scope, and any constraints. Then asking it to construct that one-page story.
Exactly. So imagine this simple workflow. After your discovery call, you drop your notes into an AI tool and say something like, summarize this into a client-facing executive summary. Start by reflecting their situation in empathetic language. Then outline 3 clear outcomes, then a short overview of our recommended approach. Then you add a brand twist. You might say, rewrite this in our brand voice. Confident, friendly, no jargon, speaking to busy small business owners. This needs sparkle, not fluff. Sparkle means it's easy to read, easy to feel, and easy to say yes to.
And for the owners thinking, but my brand voice is in my head, not written down, this is actually a perfect moment to define it. Take a proposal or email you really like, feed it in, and tell the AI, analyze this and describe the tone and style. Then use that style going forward. Pattern detected, then reused.
Let's talk options for a second. One of the fastest ways to increase revenue and reduce let me think about it limbo is to stop sending one single take it or leave it package. Humans love choice, especially when the choices are framed as paths to the outcome they want. So you can prompt your AI, based on this scope, draft 3 tiered packages: a starter, a core, and a premium. Keep the core promise the same, but adjust the level of support, deliverables, and investment. Make the middle option the most obviously valuable.
And then you sanity check it. You decide what's actually feasible, what's profitable, what you can deliver reliably. AI is there to generate structured options quickly. You are there to make the business decisions.
Yes, AI drafts. You decide. That's the dance. One more narrative upgrade. Outcome-focused language. Instead of listing 10 blog posts, 1 email sequence, monthly reporting, you shift to, we'll create a steady stream of search-friendly content that brings in qualified leads every month, supported by emails that turn readers into booked calls. Same work, better story.
And if you struggle to make that shift naturally, you can literally tell your AI, rewrite this scope to focus on business outcomes and client benefits, not just tasks. Keep it concrete and realistic. Let it propose a first draft, then you trim anything that feels exaggerated.
Creativity unlocked with guardrails. I like it. Now, some listeners are probably thinking, okay, this all sounds nice, but what does this actually look like in tools? Do I need a new software stack, a developer, a Sherpa?
You do not need a Sherpa. You need a template and a few smart connections. Let's walk through a minimal, realistic tool stack for a small business on a budget. Start with your proposal template. This could live in Google Docs, Word, Notion, or a proper proposal tool if you already use one. The key is that it has fixed sections: executive summary, problem and outcomes, scope, timeline, pricing and options, proof, and terms. Inside each section, mark prompts like insert client problem in their words, or insert relevant case study snippet. Next, layer in AI writing. You can use a general-purpose AI tool in your browser or one built into your document platform. Your workflow becomes paste in your discovery notes, paste in your standard scope blocks, and then use AI to adapt the wording for this specific client in your brand voice.
So you're not asking AI to magic up your whole proposal. You're feeding it your own ingredients, your best talking points, your past wins, your standard terms, and saying, help me assemble and adapt this quickly.
Exactly. Then, if you want to go one step further, you add simple automation. For example, from your CRM, maybe HubSpot or a simple spreadsheet, you can autofill the client name, company, project title, and investment range into your template. Many proposal tools do this natively, but you can also use basic document merge features if you're staying scrappy. For proof and case studies, maintain a small library, a document or database of short, modular case study snippets by industry or problem type. Then, when you're drafting, you can tell AI, select or adapt a case study from our library that's relevant to a B2B service company looking to increase recurring revenue, instead of rewriting from scratch.
I love the word modular here. It's like Lego blocks. You've got your increased leads block, your cut costs block, your saved time block. Small, clear pieces you can reuse. AI is just helping you click them together into a story that fits this client.
Yes, and this is where it stops feeling overwhelming. You're not building a massive automation system on day one. You're building a better template, a small library of reusable pieces, and a habit of letting A do the first draft and the repetitive formatting.
Okay, let's shift from tools to how this runs inside the business. Because if everyone is still doing it their own way, you don't have a proposal studio, you have proposal chaos.
Right. Operationally, you want to answer 4 questions. 1. Who owns which step? 2. How do proposals get reviewed and approved? 3. How do you track send speed and close rate? And 4. How do you experiment and improve over time? On ownership, a simple pattern works well. The salesperson or founder owns pulling the key inputs, client situation, goals, and budget. A designated proposal owner, this might still be you or an operations person, owns assembling the template and running the AI prompts. And, if necessary, a subject matter expert does a quick scope sanity check to avoid over-promising.
So, no more. Everyone writes proposals their own way, in their own random folder. You've got one shared template, one basic process, and clear lanes. That alone reduces so much friction.
On review and approval, keep it light but defined. For deals under a certain amount, maybe no extra approval is needed. Just a quick self-check with a simple checklist. Are the outcomes clear? Is the scope realistic? Is pricing aligned with our current rates? For larger deals, you might require a second pair of eyes. One owner scans for risk, scope creep, underpricing, unclear terms. Another scans for clarity. Can a non-expert read this and know what they'll get and when?
And you don't need a fancy system to track whether this is working. Start with 2 metrics. How long it takes you to send a proposal after a qualified call, and what percentage of those proposals close.
Exactly. If today it takes you 5 days to send a proposal, set an initial goal of getting that to 48 hours, then 24. And if your close rate is, say, 25%, your proposal studio exists to push that number up by making the offer clearer and faster to understand.
Let's touch on one more advanced move: simple A/B tests. And don't worry, I do not mean full scientific experiments with spreadsheets of p-values. I mean, over the next 10 proposals, you try 2 different layouts or 2 different styles of executive summary and just notice what seems to land better.
For example, version A starts with a bold, 1-paragraph recap of the client's situation and desired outcomes. Version B starts with a short visual timeline of the project phases. You keep everything else the same, then track which version leads to faster replies or more yeses.
And this is important. You don't need to guess why it worked. After a client signs, you can literally ask, out of curiosity, what made you feel confident moving forward? Their answers become your next AI prompt ingredients.
Over time, your proposal studio gets smarter. Not because the AI magically evolves, but because you feed it better patterns. Phrases clients reacted to, case studies that resonated, and layouts that reduced confusion. Pattern detected, pattern reused.
So, let's land this with something very concrete. If you're listening and thinking, okay, I want this, but I'm busy and my proposals are already fine, we want to give you 3 simple actions you can take this week to level up without overhauling everything.
Action 1. Build or clean up a single master proposal template. One document with all the key sections we described: problem, outcomes, scope, timeline, pricing, proof, and terms. Remove old clutter. Add simple prompts inside each section so you or your team know what to fill in.
Action 2. Create one AI-powered executive summary workflow. After your next discovery call, paste your notes into an AI tool and ask it to draft a one-page executive summary in your brand voice, focused on outcomes. You still edit it, but you are no longer staring at a blank page.
Action 3. Start tracking 2 numbers for the next month. 1. How many hours between discovery call and proposal sent? 2. How many proposals turn into signed deals? Just tracking these will nudge you toward the behaviors that make your proposal studio real.
If you want a shortcut, we've put together a proposal template pack, plus some ready-to-use AI prompt examples to help you build your own AI proposal studio without overthinking it. You can grab those over at Apex Blue's site.
You'll see how all the pieces we talked about today, structure, narrative, tooling, and operations, come together in one simple system you can adapt to your business.
All right, go make your next proposal the easiest yes your client has all week. From all of us here at Apex Blue, stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.